and we will start. So taking your seat and tuning into the breath. And just noticing where you're at right now in space and in time. Feeling the seat underneath you and your surroundings. And be right here. Feel the natural flow of the breath. We're gonna juice it up, but first we want to know what our starting point is. Where are we at this moment? Kind of checking in. So in and out through the nose, primarily a belly breath. Now we're going to take alternate nostril breath is an excellent resource that you have at your fingertips and nose tip. It can help with things like going before you're feeling anxious. So it can help with anxiety. It helps to balance the left and right hemispheres of the brain. It helps to kind of neutralize out the nervous system. It can be really great for lowering blood pressure or heart rate. So it brings in that even kind of quality into our body. You can use the hand that's dominant. I'll show it a few different ways, or you can use like your pointer fingers, or you can visualize it. So we'll visualize it later, but let's start with the peace fingers either going in towards the palm, which I want you to see. That's not so easy for me. I think I'm really tight in the ring finger and pinky. The reason I say I want you to see is so you see that it's not accessible to everybody. And it actually, there's a little bit of a stretch that goes on right here. So we just noticed that. I'm getting a stretch right away. The other option is to place your peace fingers at your third eye or the middle of your forehead, where all that wisdom and intuition are, right? Kind of wakes it up there. So peace fingers in the thumb, or peace fingers in the palm or at the third eye. And then your thumb is going to go gently onto the right nostril, just touch it. And the ring finger or the pinky's touching the left nostril. You don't have to jam it in or anything. It's just going to be a gentle touch. Take a breath in and out through your nose. Just a normal in and out, complete breath. Then you're going to take an inhale, block your right nostril, and exhale out through the left. Then you're going to inhale in through the left, block it, exhale out through the right. So you're releasing the finger where you're breathing out from. Inhale in through the right, block it, exhale out through the left. Inhale in through the left, block it, exhale out through the right. You can do this at your own pace. So you might do it for 3 or 4 counts on the inhale and 3 or 4 counts on the exhale. If you are saying, you know, I really need to relax a little bit more, you might double the exhale. You also can do it with your fingers like this. So let me show you. We take an inhale and an exhale. We block the right nostril. We inhale in through the left, exhale out through the left, block the left, inhale in through the right, exhale out through the right, block it, and same thing, inhaling in through the right, exhaling out, and switch it up. So don't feel like you have to do it just with one hand if this is easier for you. We'll do it a few more times. You can do this 5 repetitions, 10 repetitions. Ideally, we want to build up and do it for a few minutes. And you'll notice over time how it changes. I love to do this before meditating. It's a really nice way to begin the meditation. So here we go. Inhale, we're going to block the right. Inhale in through the left. Exhale out through the left. Block it. Inhale in through the right. We're going to block the right. Exhale out through the left. Inhale in through the left. Block it. Exhale out through the right. Inhale in through the right. Block it. Exhale out through the left. If I'm talking too fast, go slower. I'll go a little bit slower. Inhaling in through the left, block it, exhale out through the right. Inhale in through the right, block it, exhale out through the left. Here's for a count of 4. Inhale in for 1, 2, 3, 4. Block the left, exhale out through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling in through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Block it. Exhaling out through the left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhaling in through the left. 4, 3, 2, 1. Block it. Exhale out through the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then rest your hand down. Let's circle the shoulders up and around and about. Start perhaps a little bit smaller and then inhale, lift them and draw them back and around. As you inhale, the shoulders rise. Notice the tension that comes in here. I can even feel the stretch in my belly. Exhale, pull it around. So we don't need to bring that tension in, right? This is more of a relaxation kind of thing. But it gives us an idea how we often walk around with our shoulders up to our ears. But this is a way to kind of massage that out and feel the difference. How does it feel when the shoulders are up and then they exhale around and back down? All right. Drop your right ear towards the right shoulder. 1, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, head rises. Drop the ear towards the left shoulder. 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale, head rises. Drop your chin down towards the right shoulder, around, down, to the left, and then drop it again, down, to the right. And one more time, drop it. This time, gaze over towards the left. Feel the stretch, extending your right arm out to the side. Inhale back to center, both arms out to the side. Breathe in. Spread your fingers. Good. Sit up tall. Stack your shoulders over your hips. Turn your palms upright. Inhale, arms lift up towards the sky. Press your hips down into the chair. Feel how your belly tones. Then inhale, lift a little bit more up and out of your waist. Relax your shoulders down. Exhale, arms out into T. Good. Drop your arms down and your chin towards the left shoulder, around and down. And then back from right to left. Next time, we're going to gaze towards the right. Take a breath in and out, lifting the left arm out to the side. Right arm out to the side, nose back to center. Bring your palms in towards you, interlace your fingers. Push the webbings in, give them a good push in. Good, then turn the palm away from you. Press away. That's it. Notice what you're feeling. Inhale, open it up. Arms lift. Exhaling, flow them out to the side. Hands to the hips. We're going to do that circle of the shoulders here. So take the shoulders up towards your ears. Exhale them back and around, but not down this time. Awesome. Take your arms back behind you. Turn the palms so they face towards each other. Inhale, lift the arms. You got it. Exhale, flow them back. Imagine you have a beach ball back behind you and you're pressing your palms into it. Little pulsation there. Excellent. Gaze forward and down. Unless you need to look at the screen because you want to keep your neck neutral. Little pulsing here. You can feel the shoulder blades in between. You can feel the muscles in between your shoulder blades is what you're feeling as you pulse. Inhale, arms rise. Awesome. Exhale, take your palms about shoulder height, cross your wrists. Cross your wrists. Now, see if you can turn your palms towards each other. You're just getting all twisted in knots. You're right. Yoga's about twisting yourselves in knots. Are you ready? Now, turn your knuckles down towards you. Stop if it hurts. Stop if it hurts, right? One thing for a little, discomfort, but no pain. No pain. Maybe you turn the knuckles in. Let's press out. Release it. Exhale, cross left over right. Open it up. Wide. Right over left. Open it up. Left over right. Same thing. Palms may turn towards each other. Maybe you interlace your fingers. Turn the knuckles down, around, maybe towards you. Notice what you're feeling. Stop if you start to feel anything. Some of you may be Gumbies. I'm kind of a Gumby. You may be able to turn it like that. You may not. Guess what? I'm not any more enlightened than you are or anybody else on the planet. Let's open up the arms. Lift them towards the sky. Exhale, arms out wide. Feel that pulsation. So press the back of your hands up towards the sky. Exhale, release your arms, your chin, your head. Sway the head to the right and to the left. Release any tension that you're feeling. Come back to center. Just for a moment in stillness, notice if you're feeling any release. Lift your elbows towards the sky. Lift your spine about parallel with the earth. Feel your shoulder blades on your back. As we push down through our feet, we're going to lift and end up in cactus pose. That's it. Arms outward. Let's find our first twist. Take your left hand outside your right thigh and your right hand behind the chair. Push down through sitting bones even. Now, right shoulder, lift it towards your ear and then pull it back behind you. You can't really see me because my shoulder's back. I guess I could turn to the side here. You stay where you're at and just circle the shoulder up and back because that opens up across the collarbone a little bit wider. Breathe in. Breathe out. Head is turning last, right? We don't want to crank it over to the side. We want a little stretch along the side of the neck. Inhale back to center. Swing your arms up. Exhale out to the side. Take a moment here. Feel the pulsation, the back of your hands pressing up towards the sky. It's little pulsations. They're little, but it feels really good. Extend your arms out from your shoulders. Bring them a little bit more forward. So if you look to your right, you see your arm straight out it's extending from your right shoulder. If you gaze to the left, you see your left arms extending straight out. Exhale, lower your arms down towards the earth. Release your head and your jaw. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhaling, lift your elbows towards the sky, your spine parallel with the earth. Push down through your feet. Inhale. Come on up. Tilt the elbows forward. Lean slightly back. Lean slightly back. Shoulders up and back. Lift your heart towards the sky. Breathe in. Breathe out. Extend your arms. Good. Let's circle the wrists. Palm, bring your thumb on the inside of the palms. Wrap your fingers around. Circle the knuckles. Yes. Oof. We've got like popcorn popping over here. Snap and crackles and pops. In our house, Friday night is popcorn night. Don't ask me why, but it is. It just became that way during COVID. Turn it the other way. It was like we needed some excitement and it was popcorn. All right, right hand outside, left thigh, left hand behind you. Lift your left shoulder towards your ear and then pull it back. Right hand is pressing into left thigh. Tack your hips down. Push your left elbow into the back of the chair. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale back to center. Extend your legs. So heels are forward, hands are on the side of the chair. Pull your toes towards you wildly. They are waking up. Exhale, point them away. You don't need to look at them. Point them away. I mean, if you want to take a peek, go ahead. But no reason to look at them. Pull them towards you. You are telling your toes and your feet to pull towards you now. You're pushing down through the heels. Good. Now, push down through the heels and start to drag your heels towards you and then push the feet down. Inhale, lift the heels. Good. Feel that sensation of stretch in the foot. Where is it? Is it in the arch? It might be different. Both feet can be different. I'm feeling it much different on the right than the left. Exhale, lower the heels, drag them forward. Pull the toes towards you. Press them away from you. Circle around and about. One way and then the other. Excellent. Pull the heels back in towards you. Hold on to the side of the chair. Lift your right leg. Take a breath in and a breath out. Exhale, lower the heel down. Push down now through the left foot. Maybe the right boomerangs up. Exhale, lower it down. Doesn't matter how high it goes. It really doesn't. Inhale, lift it up. Exhale, lowering. Now, let's do a little bit of resistance here. Use your right hand, push it into your right thigh. Push your right thigh into your right hand as you lift the leg. Notice how that feels. Good. Let's pull the right knee in towards us and give it a hug. Give it a big hug. Hug it in so you feel your thigh pressing into your belly. Take an inhale, a belly breath. So the belly expands into your thigh. Exhale, let it out through your nose. Releasing your left hand, circle the knee around and about. Good. Knee is up. It's out to the side. Bring it back in. Take it out. Lower it down. We're making a 90-degree angle. Inhaling, turn your torso forward towards the screen. So your hips are in line with your shoulders. Inhale, extend the arms out. You guys are so awesome. Extend outward from your heart. Imagine you have You have energy flowing, you actually do, from your heart out through your arms and your fingers. Exhale, bring your right forearm to the thigh. Now circle the bottom shoulder around, up, and then back. Inhale, left arm rises. Exhale, over the ear. Yes. Push down wildly through your feet. Take a breath in and a breath out. A breath in and a breath out. We're going to push down through our feet. Inhale, rise up. Awesome. Bring the knee back on in. Let's do a little circling here. So we move forward, to the right, back, and around. Just some nice flowing in between sides. And reverse it. I like to notice how not only does the weight change in our feet, it changes in our hips. Move back to center. Good. Hands on the side of the chair, extending your left leg. Pull the toes towards you so the foot is flexing and the muscles are activating on the left leg. Inhale, it rises up. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, it rises. An inch or 2 or 3 or 4, maybe a foot. Exhale, lower it down. Inhale, it rises. Good. Exhale, it lowers. Take your left palm, press it into your left thigh. We're going to push the palm into the thigh and the thigh into the palm. Notice how the belly's going to tone. Inhale, start to lift the leg, keep pushing palm into thigh, thigh into palm. With this shoulder, it still remains back. We don't want it coming forward. Keep it back. Exhale, lower it down. And inhale, pull the knee in towards you. Give it a hug. Left side sometimes doesn't get as much tension as the right, but it deserves it. Give it some good attention. Breathe in, breathe out, circle it around. Circle it around and about towards you, out to the side, forward, back in, around, forward. Now move it out to the side. Pull it back in. Move it out to the side. Back in, and next time we are going to open up the leg. I'm going to move these blocks. So we're making a 90-degree angle. Notice how normally the body is going to go right into the diagonal, right in between the two legs. Turn your torso so you are facing forward. Notice how that might increase the stretch on the inside of the left thigh. Go ahead, do it back again. So now you're facing in between the two knees. Now turn just the torso so it's facing the front knee. Inhale, float your arms into a T. Good, relax your shoulders. Relax them more. Notice if they're tensing. Now, I'm feeling this inner thigh work. Push that foot down towards you, down and then towards you. Pull the heel in towards you. Everything wakes up in yoga. We notice when one part of the body is just kind of hanging out and we say, hey, you, wake up. Exhale, left forearm to the thigh. Inhale, right arm rises over the ear. Perhaps arm may or may not straighten. Really press down through the left hip, the left foot. Pull that left shoulder up and then back. Now reach more towards your left. Good, good, good. Side bend. Press down through your feet. Inhale, rise up. And bring the leg back in. Notice how the body's feeling right now. Let's do a little spinal balance in the chair. Right leg forward, up or down, left arm is out to the side. You got it. Switch it up. That's it. Alternating with your breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Breathe in, breathe out. How about take both arms up overhead, lower your feet down, exhaling, forward fold. Release the head and the jaw. Be right here. Inhale, arms out to the side. Push down through your feet. Exhale, bend your elbows out to the side. Touch your fingertips behind your head. Press your fingertips gently into your head, but press your head back into your fingertips. Take the elbows forward, out to the side, back forward. Now, when they're forward, I want you to feel like you're pulling your elbows back towards you. Pull them back. Forward. So you're moving the elbows forward. Now pull them back. Inhale forward. When you go forward, it's almost like cat pose because the shoulder blades are spreading. Exhale, pull the shoulders back. Good. Hands to the top of the thighs. Find cat pose. Round your spine, shin to chest. Back of the neck gets long, spine stretches. Inhale, lift the heart. Push your palms down into your thighs. Draw the shoulders towards your ears and exhale them back. Maybe you get a little bit more of a back bend. Belly is stretching. Exhale, round your spine. Chin to chest. Lean back. Press down through the sit bones as you lean back. Belly pulls in. Inhale, lift up. Push your palms into your thighs. Draw your shoulders up and back. Lift your heart. Breathe in. Breathe out, returning to neutral. All right, we're going down to the earth. You guys ready? So bring your props, your blanket, your strap. Place your chair in a way that it is safe for you to go down to the earth. Might put a blanket underneath for your knees as you lower down. So blocks, strap, nearby. Take your time, no rush, be safe. Most important, hands onto the seat of the chair. Maybe lower one knee down and then the other. And then we'll put this out to the side here because we shouldn't need it. And move the block so you can see me. You might want a blanket underneath your knees. Tender knees, right? Knees are about hip distance apart. Walk your palms forward. So we're making a table pose. Your head is forward. So your head is forward. Your palms can be a little wider than your shoulders if that feels better to you. We're going to rock forward and back. We had a request for child pose, so we're going to work our way there. Not yet. Move forward and back. I just gave you a little hint where we're going to go. Rock it forward and back. Will your hips necessarily touch your heels? No. Not necessarily, not yet. Now, if you tend to get a cramp in your feet, you can always put a roll blanket underneath your feet. Some people want to curl their toes under, and that's fine. You can kind of see how it feels different. Come back up to center and let your hips sway to the right as you look to the right. Inhale to center. Now, let the hips sway to the left as you look to the left. Inhale back to center. Exhale, sway to the hips and the shoulder are moving towards the right. The gaze is moving towards the right, but your hips may be leaning to the left. Let's do it. Even it up. Alternating sides. One more time. And back to center. We're going to pick up the right knee and circle it around. You might start with smaller circles, and then they're eventually going to get bigger. So circling the kneecap around and about. Circle may go towards your right arm, around and about, out to the side and back. Then maybe we lift the leg like doggy fire hydrant for a minute. And then maybe we kick it out to the side. Ooh, that's a lot of work. Bring that back in. Whose idea was that? Maybe you push the foot towards the sky. The knee is pointing down. Let's place that knee back down. Make little circles with your hips here. Loosen up, because sometimes the left hip takes a lot of brunt while you're working on the right side. You're really working on both sides, just asymmetrically. I'm going to turn so you can see the left side. You stay where you're at. And let's rock forward and back once again. Forward and back. This time you might walk your hands a little bit more forward. The table gets a little bit longer. You may rock a little bit more. You're going to feel weight into your hands as you lean forward. Lean it back. Let's come back to neutral. Lift the left knee, circle it around. Knee moves forward towards your left arm, out to the side, around and down. Teeny circles, maybe a little harder. See how it feels. Make them bigger. Towards you, around and about. Now, let's lift the knee, take it out to the side, doggy fire hydrant. Lift the footprint towards the sky. Ooh, that's fun. Maybe not, right? You're like, maybe not. Take the knee down. Let's start to open up the knees. It's going to be your choice how wide they go. I'll face this way. Some people have their knees directly under their hips in child's pose, and some take them a little wider. So when the knees are closer together, it's not a hip opener, but it is a spine lengthener. So you walk your hands forward as your hips move back. Again, you may want to roll blanket under your feet if you're getting cramps. You may want a blanket in between your knees. If you're feeling any funkiness back behind there, you can roll a blanket kind of like this and place it behind your knees. Some people like that. Ooh, this, by the way, is a calf stretch when you sit on a bolster or a rolled blanket like that. So then you walk your arms forward. So this is an option. Now we can take the knees wider. You could still have that rolled blanket under there. It would just need to be wider. And then we're getting more into a hip opener. So see how that feels to you to open up the knees a little more now. Now you might feel it a little bit more in your inner thighs. And then we're going to walk our hands towards the right till you feel a stretch. This is like a side bend. We call it a crescent shape. The left hip is pulling back as the arms are towards the right at a diag. It's a really nice stretch along the left side of the body. Inhale, we come back to center. You might want to stay there for a while, by the way, because that's a really nice stretch. I'll just show you what it looks like forward. And go to the left. So walk your hands towards the left, the hips go to the right. I like to literally walk my right hand and press the palm onto the left hand. So it's a pretty big stretch, but if it's too much, don't go quite so far to the left. And then your right hip is pulling back. This is a good stretch to get into the rib cage area. And you might even feel this in your shoulder area. And then inhale, come back to center, to neutral. Let's do a cat. This is our weight bearing, right? It's important. Push your fingertips down into the mat. Down into the mat. There, your fingers are slightly spread. Your elbows, they're not locked. So you might have a little micro bend in your elbows. Let's exhale, round the spine, chin to chest. You might even gaze towards your navel, towards your belly button. And then inhale, reverse it. The sit bones rise, the shoulders rise, the neck extends long. Exhale, round it, chin to chest, tailbone downward, belly in. Push your palms down into the earth. Yes. Other way. Shoulders lift, sit bones lift. Cat pose. Pull it back again towards the child pose. You don't have to go all the way, but you can. I am going to show you what the restorative version of child pose can look like, just so you have it, because you might want to just come into this sometime. You don't have to do this, but it's just, you can roll blankets or towels or use pillows. And this is, you know, a yoga bolster. If you don't have one, you don't have one. It's nice for restorative poses. And then you can relax yourself down like this. And it's a really nice child pose. You would turn your head one way, maybe hold it for a little bit, because that's the point of restorative poses, is to hold them and relax. Or, well, of course, you want to turn your head the other way. So after, let's just say you're holding it for 5 minutes, you might turn your head to the other side. Restorative yoga is a whole nother thing, and it's really nice. People love it. All right. Come on out of child pose and onto your sit bones for a little core work. Did I say core work? Oh, yeah. So here we go for boat pose. Your favorite pose, right? You might have a block. If you have one, take it with you. Place it in between your thighs. Hands around the shins. Heart is lifted. Lift your shoulders up towards your ears. Gently draw them back. It's not a squeeze back. It's just a lift and back. Why is this important in a core pose? Because we want to keep our alignment here. So you can have your hands in front of the shins or hands behind the thighs. We want to keep our heart lifted even though we're working our belly. We want the work to go right in that center, but we're going to pull our pelvic floor in and up, tone the belly as you exhale, maybe lean back slightly, pushing hands into thighs, thighs into hands. Now, another way to do this is take your hands back behind you. That might feel more supportive. I actually feel, you know, when you're supported, you can feel the pose more, and that's important. So with the hands back behind you, try it. Now we're going to roll the shoulders up and back, pull the ribs back a little bit. Maybe come onto your tippy toes, hug your block. Breathe in, breathe out. Maybe you lift 1 foot. It can go about shin height. So you're making the shin is parallel with the earth. Lower the toes down. Inhaling other side, lifting the left shin. Breath is in. Breath is out. Lower it on down. Isn't this fun? Aren't you having fun? It is fun, right? Let's take the block out and let's find butterfly pose. Bring your feet together. Now you may want to put that blanket back underneath your hips because the spine tends to round when we're in a seated pose. So the hips on a blanket is very helpful. And sometimes 2 blankets is even more helpful. So if you take your hand back behind your spine and it's rounding back, you need another blanket or pillow or towel. So feet are together, knees are wide, hands on shins, shoulders up and back, lift tall. Spine is tall, alert, not rigid though, right? Now we're going to try to hinge from our hips a little bit. So start to hinge from your hips, lean forward. Neck, spine, head in alignment with your beautiful heart. Lean forward till you feel a stretch. Now you might take your fingertips and walk them forward. Little spider hands pushing fingertips down into the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Push your feet in towards each other. Then open them up like a book. Push the pinky sides in towards each other. Now try to push your feet towards each other. Open them up. Close the book. Open the book. Close it. Push balls of feet in towards each other. Open it. You got it. One more. Let's hinge forward once again. Maybe now you walk your hands towards the right. Walk your hands towards the right. We just did it in child's pose. Notice how it feels in a butterfly. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your hips back towards you. Sign the twist towards the right. Left hand towards the shin or the thigh. Pull the right shoulder up and back. Find your twist as you gaze over and towards the back, the right side. You're not quite seeing your right shoulder. You might see it in the corner of your eye. Inhale back to center. Walk your fingertips forward and then towards the left. Stretch your right arm towards the left corner. Pull your right hip back. Breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Walk your fingertips back towards you. And right hand's now to the shin or to the thigh, left hand behind you. Lift the left shoulder towards your ear and then pull it back, starting to gaze towards the left. Breathe in. Feel your belly expand. And then soften back down. Inhale back to center. Remove the blanket. And we will start to move towards onto our back. On the way, you might take your hands back behind you for support. Shoulders up and back. We're coming on down. I'll make this a little more tidy over here. And then come on down onto your back. You might take the block and the strap with you. Probably a good idea. I should check the time. Okay, we're good. We're good. We're good. We got a lot of time to do a lot. All right. Slowly lower. Aren't we? You guys are so happy about that, right? Let's do a few pelvic tilts here. Knees are up. Feet are down. Tilt your pelvis forward so a little mouse could scoochie underneath your spine. You can try to stick your hand underneath your lower spine. If you can, then you're tilting your pelvis forward. Then go ahead and exhale and press the top of the pelvis back. Pull your belly in. There's a little toning in your hips going on. You don't have to squeeze it though. Tilt it the other way. Hips forward. Hand might be able to go underneath the spine. You're just checking it out to make sure it's forward. You don't have to keep doing it though. Exhale, hips back, belly tones. Pull your pelvic floor in and up as you exhale and release. Come back to neutral. Neutral is that place in between forward and back. See if you can find it. It's the place where your sit bones angle, or they angle away from you. So towards the back of the mat. Now keeping your spine neutral, inhale and lift the right knee in towards you, give it a hug. Then we're going to slowly lift it towards the sky, push down through your hands and your arms. So draw your shoulders down towards the mat, lifting the leg towards the sky. Stop if you feel pain. You know that, right? You don't have to straighten it all the way, and circle it down around. You're going to start to tone your belly. So the leg goes up, the pelvis goes back. Keep the belly engaged as you extend the leg in circles. So we don't want any back pain, any leg pain. We're circling the leg up and forward and pull it back in towards you, lifting, lowering forward and down. The further you go away from you, you just stop for a moment. So if you bring the leg up and you start to lower it down about a third of the way, you have to pull your belly in and press your pelvic bone back. If you don't, if that pelvic bone doesn't go back, then your spine's going to lift up like that, and we don't want that. So you push the top of your pelvis down, pull the belly in. It's toning as the leg lowers. If you feel back pain, bring that leg back in. Let's do it just a few more times so you can notice what happens here. We want to keep the pelvis neutral. Circle the leg around and about, away from you and towards you. Next time, maybe hold it. Now, if the leg's up here, it's going to be less stress on your spine. The leg goes down, you really have to tone your belly to keep the spine from lifting and causing the lower back to curve upward. So push the heel away, toes are towards you, belly's toning, pulling into your spine. Bring the right knee in towards you. Let's cross it over and do number 4 for a little break from that. So your right ankle is over your left knee. Take your time to get there. Press your right hand into your right thigh away. Then, if you're not feeling a hip opener yet, meaning you're not feeling a stretch in your leg and your thigh, your hip, your inner thigh, go ahead and pull the knee in until you do. Stop. When you feel sensation, pause, feel, breathe in and breathe out. You can always pull the knee in closer towards you, but we're mindful of sensation so we don't go too far. Let's take a count of 4 here. In 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhaling 4, 3, 2, 1. And release it. Let that go. Let your knees fall towards the right with a little swishing. And then the left with a little swishing, not all the way down. We're just kind of swaying. And we will do the left side. So back to neutral. Toes are forward. Feel your feet press into the mat. Now pull your heels towards you and notice what happens. The tailbone moves away from you. Now, turn your sit bones down and you're going to feel that lower back curve. Find neutral, then lift your left leg towards the sky, circle it and start to circle it around, forward, away from you, back in towards you. No pain all gain. Pay attention to your belly, pull it in towards your spine to protect your lower back. We do not want lower back pain. Circling it up, away from you, towards you, back up. Now, the next time you lower it, start to notice. Take it away from you. If you start to feel pain, pull the knee back in towards you. If you start to lower the leg too much and you feel lower back pain, pull the knee in towards you. But we can play, find your place where you can extend the leg and feel your core integrate in towards the back of your body, towards the earth. Then hold it. Then circle it around and about and try it again. Leg is up, away from you. Hold it. Breathe in. Breathe out. Lower it down. Let's let that go. Let the knees sway right and left a few times. Move back to center and we'll lift into bridge pose. Feet are down, toes are forward, knees are bent and facing upward. Push down through your feet, lift your hips up. Exhale, lower your hips slowly down. Inhale, we rise. Tone the hips, they tone. Pull the heels towards you. You feel the back of your hamstrings, they're toning and activating. Exhale, lower your hips a little bit. Pull your hips, your heels in towards you. Lift your hips a little bit more. Exhale, lower your hips down. Inhale, lift them up. Back of the neck, or there should be space between the back of the neck and the floor. You should not feel the neck pressing down into the mat. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out, lower the hips down. Pull the left knee in towards you and then cross the left ankle over the right thigh. Flexing the left foot. Check out if your pelvis seems neutral or one side is lifting up and the other. You want to try to keep it even. Then notice if you're getting any stretch. If not, start to pull the right knee in towards you. You can take your hands to the shin. Behind the thigh is nice. If you've got a good clasp there, you might go a little bit more and take your hand in front of the shin, but not necessary. Start to feel the stretch in the outer left hip or inner left thigh, and stop and pause when you feel the stretch. Then you can make a mindful decision whether to pull in a little bit more or perhaps release because it's too much. That's where you get to make that choice based on knowing from inside. Breathe in and breathe out. Breath is in and breath is out. Let's lower the foot down and we will go back into bridge pose because we love it. You might take a block in between your thighs. Hug the block. Inhale, lift up. Maybe walk your arms underneath you to get a little bit more of a back bend. Push down through your feet and pull them towards you. The heels are moving towards your shoulders. Now, you don't want to get hard in the front of the body. So if we push our hips up too much, that's what can happen. So have a little softening right where the hip crease is. Tone the pelvic floor. Pull the pelvic floor muscles in and up. We're going to exhale and slowly lower hips down first. Back bends are so wonderful, aren't they? Push down through your feet. We rise back up. Tone your hips. Now lift up onto your tippy toes. Exhale, lower your heels down. Inhale, toes rise, knees stay centered. That's why we're hugging that block, keeping ourselves neutral. Exhale, lower the heels down. Now, lower the heels down, but lift the rest of the foot up. Push down through the heels, feel your hips tone. Oh my, this is a lot of sensation. Push down through your feet, inhale, lift your heels. You can always ignore me and skip it, right? Exhale, lower your heels, lift the rest of your foot, push the heels down. Lift your hips a little more, tone your bellies. Exhale, push your feet down, lower down. That's a lot of work. Take both knees in towards you. Give yourself a hug and rock right and left. It is time for the leg stretch. So you can either interlace your fingers behind the thigh as you press the leg upward, or you can use a handy dandy strap or tie and place it around your foot. I like to crisscross the strap, and then you can look at your foot and see if it's flexed. Like you want to feel like you could push your foot onto a cloud up in the sky. So we want it to be we want it to be parallel. And so you can always pull one side of the strap to even it up. We start to straighten the leg until we feel a stretch. It may or may not straighten to the full range, right? Feel the stretch, push the leg back. If you don't feel a stretch here, you can go ahead and straighten the left leg. If you start to feel it, bend it back in. You want to feel a stretch, but you don't want to have so much of a stretch that it takes your breath away. Both feet are flexed if the lower leg is long. Breathe in, 1, 2, 3, 4. Breathe out, 4, 3, 2, 1. Turn your leg out, toes out, heel in. 4, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 3, 4. Toes back towards you. Let's take the leg out to the side. Nice inner thigh stretch. Stop when you start to feel it. You don't want this left hip to lift up like that. We want to keep it down. Pushing the heel away from you. Same thing follows that the leg may not all the way straighten. Same thing follows about the bottom leg straightening. You can pull the toes towards you until you feel the stretch. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. Breathe out. Inhale, leg rises, cross it up and over towards the left, just a little bit. Then you're going to feel a stretch along the outside of the right leg. Ooh, is that fun and yummy? 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhaling, 1, 2, 3, 4. Bring the leg back up, lower it down. Take a big stretch, arms up overhead, legs long, point through your toes, reach through your fingers, get long. You may feel your ribs rise, that's okay here. Then pull your knees in towards you, give yourself a hug, and we will do the left side. We gotta take our time, right? Because you want to get a good stretch. I know we don't have a lot of time left. It always goes fast, but we got to do the left side. So foot towards sky, footprint towards sky. Left leg is different than right leg. You may feel a stretch without straightening the leg all the way. We're pushing the thigh away from us, by the way, as the footprint reaches up. So it's like your bone, your thigh bone is falling right into that hip socket. It goes deep. It's actually very relaxing for the nervous system. Maybe you bend the knee a little bit and then you press the heel back upwards. Turn your toes out and your heel in for the turnout. We can't ignore that hamstring. The kneecap and the toes are facing the same direction. If you drew a line from the center of your kneecap, it would go all the way up towards your middle toes. That's how you know when you're in alignment. Let's inhale and bring the toes back facing you. Open the leg out to the side. You can pull the toes towards you. Keep that right hip down. Don't let it lift up because the weight of the left leg is going to want to pull you towards the left, but don't let that happen. Right hip is down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breath is in. Breath is out. Inhale, the leg lifts. Let's cross it over the midline. Oh, yes. Favorite one, right? Breathe in. Breathe out. Pulling the strap into your arch if it's there. If not, your hands behind the thigh, just gently steering it towards the right, left leg towards the right. Kneecap is still in line with middle toes. Inhale, lift the leg back up. And exhale and lower the foot down. Now bring the knees in towards you. Give yourself a big, big, big hug as you circle your hips and your knees around and then reverse it. And then extend your legs, reach long, arms up overhead, point your toes, feel a belly stretch, flex your toes towards you, relax your shoulders down. Bring your knees in towards you. Let's find our spinal twist. So you may shift your hips to the left as you let your knees fall to the right. Arms can be in cactus or they can be long. You might place a block underneath your left shoulder. If it's lifting, give it a little support, or blanket, just some prop. If it's lifting up, if it's not lifting up, then you don't need anything underneath the shoulder. Head can turn towards the left, or the nose might just remain pointing upward. You can turn the head, see how that feels. If you like it, remain there. If you feel a nice stretch, remain there. If you feel strain, then come on out of it. We always want to make a correction. We want to stay in pain. When you're ready, head rises. Lift the knees back up, shift the hips now to the right, let your knees fall to the left. Maybe gaze over the right shoulder as you find your twist. Breath is in and breath is out. Breath is in, breath is out. Breathing in, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then softening. 1, 2, 3, 4. Come back upright, knees upright, feet together, knees apart, or constructive rest. So feet together, knees apart, maybe blocks underneath knees, or constructive rest. We're going to do alternate nostril breath lying down without our hands. So either knees into the butterfly with the knees wide, or bring your knees together and let your feet go wide. That's constructive rest pose. And I will talk you through alternate nostril breath while lying down. You're going to inhale in through the right nostril. Imagine the breath going all the way up to the top of the ridge of the nose, to right to that right eyebrow, inner right eyebrow point. And it's going to cross over the bridge of the nose to the left eyebrow point, and then exhale out through your left nostril. And we're going to do it again. We're going to inhale through the left nostril. Imagine the breath going right to the tip of the inner left eyebrow. It crosses over the bridge of the nose to the right inner eyebrow, and then exhales out through the right nostril. Inhaling in through the right nostril. And this is all envisioning. If you're not, you're envisioning this happen. It eventually does. And you cross over the bridge with your inner gaze to your left inner eyebrow, and then exhale out through the left. If you want to use your pointer fingers to close the nostrils, you can, but the point is you can do this while relaxing. Inhaling in through the left nostril, cross over the bridge from left to right, exhale out through the right nose. Inhale in through the right nose, cross over the bridge from right to left, exhale out through the left. A few more times at your own pace, or you can let that go, no worries. You might find your way to traditional Shavasana. You might place a bolster underneath your knees. You might put your feet up on a chair. Find a way to relax and let the body absorb, the nervous system find its way to homeostasis, to balance and ease. Breath is in through the nose and out through the nose. It's soft. You're not trying to control it in any way. So relaxing in Shavasana. And if you really love your child's pose, you can always do a restorative child's pose before Shavasana, as I showed earlier. Breathe in, breathe out, softening, releasing the body. Sometimes we don't even notice where we're holding. I should say very often we do. Releasing muscle tension with the assistance of the exhale, the breath. Releasing tension in the jaw. In the face. The cheeks. Letting the tongue rest back towards the back palate. It gets a little thicker when it's relaxing back there. Relaxing the third eye and the skin on your forehead. Relaxing the space in between your ears. Relaxing the torso, the arms, the hands, the legs, the feet, whole body relaxing. Soft breath in and out. Stay as long as you want in this resting pose. I'm here for any questions. I know it might seem kind of weird to visualize the alternate nostril breath while lying down, but over time, it'll come. Namaste, everyone. Have a wonderful weekend.